Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Donald Kelly. I'm out here at Florida State Minority Supplier Development Council's Expo with my good friend, the branding, marketing genius podcaster himself, Mr. Stephen A. Hart. Stephen, welcome on, man. Welcome back to Florida, man. How you doing, bro?
Appreciate you having me, man.
It's absolutely a pleasure. And you today I went into Stephen's session, and it was all about how we can small business owners can take advantage of the marketing,
yes,
and utilize that to help grow their business and to grow their brand, because there's so much that we just miss when it comes towards the marketing. And I want to get your opinion, some thoughts. I know we don't have a lot of time today, but you have a podcast, and I want you to talk a minute about what you do right now. You probably say it better than I do. And then I want to jump to these three things and then also give a chance for people to connect with you when we're done.
Right. So simply said, I help entrepreneurs and leaders to build, market, and grow an amazing brand that, one, is authentic, two, is relatable, and three, most importantly, is profitable.
Yes.
Right? And so that's what I do. And I do that through an online course called Brand You Academy. So a 6-week online course teaching you how to build a brand.
So tell me the story, real quick, in maybe 2 minutes. How did you get into marketing? This didn't happen overnight. What's your story?
I'm Jamaican, Donald. We invent the careers that we want to get into, don't we?
So you probably have 3 careers then.
I've had many careers, and none of them were what I went to college for. Yeah. I did business at South Florida, University of South Florida in Tampa. So I have a business degree from South Florida, but marketing is something that I've always done. I've always been in a sales or marketing line. Did mortgages for several years, ended up running my own business. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Yeah. So I've run a couple different businesses, sold my last business back in 2011, and really enjoyed marketing the business more than anything else, and decided to get into a focus around digital.
So when it comes to small businesses, you know the issues. You've seen it.
Absolutely. I've experienced it.
And you've done it for others.
Yes.
And especially with your course, this brand new course.
Yeah.
What are the top 3 issues? I'm sure there are probably many of the different issues. What are the top 3 issues you find that entrepreneurs and small business owners face when it comes towards getting traction or getting with marketing?
A lot of times people think they hear marketing and they hear branding and they think of a logo or they think of a design.
That's what I used to think about.
And pretty websites don't sell things. Words sell things. So the number one thing that most people get caught up on is the design, when we need to focus on clear messaging.
Yeah.
Right? You have to clarify your message so that your customers will listen.
Ooh, love it.
Right? So you have to be very clear and deliberate about making sure you articulate what you do. And to articulate what you do, you have to understand who you're serving.
Yeah.
Too many people think that they're serving everyone with their product or service, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
If I'm speaking to grandma and I'm speaking to my niece, we're not having the same conversation. The language is different.
Yeah. In
the same way, if you understand that you're speaking to one particular group of people, there is a language that connects to that person, where you understand their pain points as well as the demographics, and you can articulate your message on how your product or service solves a problem that they have.
Have you had a client that you've helped to do that? So have you had any clients that were shotgunning everybody?
Absolutely.
And they weren't being successful?
Well, I've had a lot of clients in that light, right?
Tell us a story about one of them that figured it out, that got it.
Real estate, right? I've had a couple different real estate brokers that I've helped to understand who they serve, right? In particular, I have a realtor who focuses in on millennials and younger couples. And that was who she was serving, but her message wasn't saying that. Message was just trying to serve everyone, right? And when we dialed in and realized, hey, who are you really trying to serve? Well, we realized that she was serving an audience like myself, right? Married couples, young kids, and you begin to dial in and focus on a need of young couples with young kids. Yeah. Everything changes, right? Now the content that she shares and creates serves that audience, right? Her website doesn't have to be pitchy about buying a home. No. It can be about what are you doing this summer? Are you going to go to Disney with the kids? Right? And there's a connection that is created between her and her community that now I, as a consumer of her brand and services, can share with other people in my space, and it generates business for her.
And I think that what you shared there with the messaging, it sounds simple and it sounds easy, but it takes work.
Absolutely.
It takes work, right?
It is difficult, right? I'm not going to paint a picture like this is easy. The messaging process is one that it's not a static process. It's not like you did it and you leave it alone. It's dynamic.
So it's probably
You're
evolved.
always going to be optimizing that message as you go on.
See, and so anyone listen to this, whether you're a sales rep or you are an entrepreneur or wherever, this is something you need to make sure you master.
In 2019,
yeah,
we live in a society that's filled with so much noise, right? And we lack trust in who we connect with and do business with.
Yeah.
Having that clarity. Understand this, your brain is trying to do two things.
Yeah.
The first thing your brain is trying to do is to survive and thrive. Right?
Yeah.
So there are three things there on that survive and thrive vein. You want to make money or save money, right? You want to gain status, and you want to associate with a tribe, right? And then the second thing your brain is trying to do, Donald, is conserve calories. So if your marketing message, if your website or your collateral is too busy, there's too much happening, guess what? I'm going to tune out.
Yep.
Right? And it happens to us every day.
Yeah.
How many emails do you tune out on a daily basis?
I delete emails all day long.
You know why? Because the messaging did not call you, did not call out to you.
Yeah.
Right? How many emails you never wanted to open, but the subject line spoke to you and you opened it and you read a long form email?
Can I tell you one that came through?
Yes.
So this guy, he forgot his name now, but it's in the email, because again, we scan emails, but dude said that even a sales evangelist needs some entertainment, ... And I'm like, what? Open it up. He works with the Hard Rock Stadium, the Marlins. And he was like, hey, Don, I know you're the sales evangelist and you do sales, so you probably understand the importance of meeting with people, so he personalized it towards me. He's like, I want to, maybe we could talk and see if it could be beneficial for you to look at our, to come out to the stadium and use it as a place for meetings, for clients, and blah, blah, blah. He gets some box seats or whatever. But, it's out of the budget right now, But homeboy, I want to reply to him. As opposed to the emails that just say, hey, we are a marketing company and we do this and we can help you grow. It's like, come on, bro.
While I'm a design guy and a brand guy, and I love good design and it's important, what got your attention was not the design, it was the message.
Of course.
Right? And that's the importance of messaging.
Love it. The second thing, what's the second mistake small businesses make with when it comes towards branding themselves or going out there with digital marketing?
I would say developing a good sound web presence.
Oh boy.
57%, study was done, 57% of people are afraid to recommend a business because their website didn't make that person feel comfortable referring them.
I didn't know the number was 57, but I can see, I know there's times when I try to refer people and I just push them to their LinkedIn or another platform. Because
first impressions last, right?
Yeah.
A first impression last. Your website is your digital home. It's your online home.
Yeah.
Right? It's the first impression. And it's what allows you to then redirect traffic to your products and services or to other online, avenues, right? An event or whatever else you have happening. If you don't take care of your website, if somebody doesn't feel comfortable coming through your website, I shared this earlier today. Yesterday on my way here, I jumped in the car and realized I didn't know where I was going to park. I don't like parking at the airport, it's so expensive. And I usually buy parking online, so I just jumped online and I Googled parking DC airport. Yeah. The first website that came up just looked too fishy. And I got in and I started to fill out something and I didn't feel right. Yeah. I backed out, I went into another website and purchased parking in my car. That first website didn't take care of business and they lost money yesterday. How much other people, right, are they losing? They're leaking, they're getting traffic to their website, but they're not able to convert.
Yeah.
And that's lost traffic.
That's amazing though that you shared that feeling.
Yes.
And when you look at the brain, we're talking about the decision-making side, your limbic part of your brain there, it wasn't because of this, not only the aesthetics of the website, it wasn't because of like only the design, it's your feeling that you got. And that's how we make decisions based on that feeling.
Absolutely.
And if I don't feel
decisions are emotional.
Bro, yeah. And then we justify it with the
logic.
the frontal cortex.
Yeah, right, absolutely. So you have to take care of your website, specifically your homepage.
Yeah.
Right? People are coming into your website, majority of them are coming in through your homepage. So pay attention to that. Take care of getting a good solid web design.
Yeah.
And overlay that with the messaging and a good call to action, and you'll see a big difference in your business.
What's the third component, Steven?
Third component is content and making sure that you have a presence on social. Specifically for businesses, you must be on LinkedIn.
Bro.
You absolutely have to be on LinkedIn.
Why is that? 'Cause
You and I
you're
have had this
big.
discussion, right? And we've began to see that sharing content on LinkedIn generates so much more organic traffic than on other social media platforms. But keep in mind, LinkedIn by its very nature is a business-related social channel.
Yeah.
So the income and the quality of the people you're engaging with is so much higher than any other social platform. But here's the beautiful thing, and a study that I actually tapped into, and I shared this morning. On a weekly basis, there are over 9 billion impressions, right?
So it's 9 with a B, not M.
9 with a B. Every week, LinkedIn is showing 9 billion pieces of content on a weekly basis. Follow this math. That's 468.
Write this down here. Write this down here.
468 billion impressions on a yearly basis on LinkedIn. Now here's the stat that will blow your mind. 9 billion pieces of content being shown. Only 3 million people are sharing content.
There's a lot of room there.
So 3 million people are getting 9 billion impressions every single week.
Dang.
For free.
Dang. So when we have people who are worried about, like, I need to go on Facebook and spend all this money on ads as a small business
I'm not going to
owner.
tell you that Facebook is not a channel that you want to be on because it depends on your product or service.
Sure.
You need to make sure you're dialing in where your audience is. You have to clarify who you're serving, right?
Your messaging.
Absolutely. But if you're trying to speak to someone, right, an executive, B2B type business, 80% of your leads are going to come from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Right? And you can dial in and create content. Kind of content that works on LinkedIn right now, we just touched on video, right? It's getting a big reach on LinkedIn. Video is really key to your strategy on LinkedIn, but also long form content.
When you say long form, what do you mean by that?
Writing longer posts. The sweet spot on a study that was done is 1,900 words.
On a LinkedIn post?
On a LinkedIn post.
Wow.
Right? Also too, is writing how-to and list posts. Versus question style posts.
Yeah.
Right? I recently did an article on LinkedIn back in Women's History Month featuring 13 black women podcasters that people should watch out for.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that thing was going to gain the traction it did.
But it pulled a lot.
For weeks, my views of my personal profile went, skyrocketed, right? And I had several people reach out to me as a result of it, and I generated business from it.
Bro, that's
from
amazing.
one article.
And imagine if somebody's doing this consistently every week. You're producing something that's towards that, again, something that ties back to that messaging, number one. And then that's going to push them back to your website to see who you are. And it's just a vicious cycle. And that's going to give you more leads.
Yeah, well, it's bringing awareness. We're in an attention-driven economy.
What's that? I'm just kidding. I'm dead.
You got me too. But you have to get eyeballs in 2019, right? If no one's looking at your business, you're not going to thrive. Right? So you have to be creating content of value, putting it where the eyeballs are. Right? Not to dismiss, I think Twitter is important, I think Instagram is important, I think Facebook is important, but you need to understand who you're serving, right? Make sure you have a good, solid brand presence online so that when you create content and you drive people through, they're going to land on a really great website, right? That's going to serve you and bring revenue to your bottom line.
Steven, this is absolutely amazing. I love this, and I know many of the small business owners out there listening, they love this. It resonated, it makes sense. I'm sure you have stuff where people can learn this. We were talking about this a little earlier. You have a course brand new or something like that?
Yes.
Do you mind telling us about that?
Sure. So I launched an online course called Brand New Academy.
Why did you do a course?
Why did I do a course? Well, I did a course primarily because I don't have enough time anymore to serve everyone on a one-to-one basis. So I created a course.
But it's not diluted then, is it?
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm messing with them because I've been in this course. I saw it, and it's like top notch. It's like you should be charging more than what you're charging. But we're not going to tell them all of that today.
But you know what? We are both podcasters, and all too often I come across people who have amazing story to share.
Yeah.
But I Google them and nothing comes up. And what we have to realize is in 2019, somebody's Googling us.
Yeah.
We all have a personal brand. What comes up in your search results is going to leave that person more or less inclined to hire you, to do business with you, right? And if you don't take care of that, you're going to be hurting.
Yeah.
Right? So I looked at that and looked at the opportunity because this is what I do.
Yeah.
I decided, you know what? I cannot serve everyone coming to me on a one-to-one basis. So we created Brand New Academy as a 6-week online course that's walking people through a lot of what we spoke about and a whole lot more.
Yeah.
You're talking about my 15 years of experience building and marketing for large corporations as well as for individuals, right?
Yeah.
And I put all of that in an easy to absorb and consume process in an online course where you can consume that content, you come in, you're getting access to the course and also to our community for a lifetime.
Love it. Stephen, how do they go about getting access to this course and connecting with you?
You can access me and everything that I do through my website at www.stevenahart.com, and I'm on social everywhere at Stephen A. Hart.
What recommendation you would give to small business owners who are not a part of the council? What would you tell them, being now a part of, you experience in the council, what would you tell a business owner who's listening to this and say, I need to go to one of these events, I need to be a part of the council, but I don't know, and dragging their feet?
Understand this.
Yeah.
We cannot grow in business in isolation.
Yeah.
You need to network and connect to and partner with other like-minded, successful professionals.
Yeah.
The wisdom and the knowledge and the support you gain from relationships is invaluable. I would not be here today without you.
Yeah.
And in so many ways, we would not be able to rise in our respective businesses unless we were in support of each other and
Amen.
thinking of each other. So the council is here to help you in that, right? To grow your business. Your goal is to make money.
Yeah.
It's the only reason you're in business, right? So to make money, you need to align yourself with other people who understand what you're trying to do and will help you in multiple ways. Help you to bring people to your business, but also help you to look at things through a lens you've not been able to do independently. So there's so much value to a council. And I think you should absolutely give thought to that and check it out. I absolutely have had a blast today meeting so many people.
Stephen, man, appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you, brother.
So much for coming on the show
Appreciate
today.
it.
Appreciate it, guys. And we look forward to seeing you. Stay tuned for more episodes, but as also make sure to go ahead and connect with the Florida State Minority Supply Development Council and learn about all the cool things they're doing. See you guys on the next one.